Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 14 who will present a topic named Safety, Health and Environment for Transportation. This presentation involves two group members, Siti Shazwani binti Saiful Bahari and Shazwina Nabila binti Muhammad Nazri.
Transportation systems also create hazards. Accelerated movement comes with risk, and the corresponding accidents that occur disrupt lives and transportation systems daily. Throughout the world, roads are shared by cars, buses, trucks, motorcycles, pedestrians, taxis, and other travelers. Yet each year, vehicles are involved in crashes that are responsible for millions of deaths and injuries. In this video, we will discuss on the safety, health, and environment of transportation at workplace and driving at work. Factors that increase the risk of road traffic accident. There are many factors that increase the road traffic accident. Some of the factors are vehicle condition, distraction, weather conditions, speeding, fatigue, work schedules, and alcohol and drugs. Number 1. Vehicle condition. Failure of brakes or steering, tire burst, and car engine problems can increase the risk of traffic accident. Number 2. Distraction. The major distraction nowadays is talking on mobile phone while driving. The driver should not be distracted due to these things and reduce speed to remain safe during diversions and other kind of outside distractions. Number 3. Weather conditions. Weather is often a factor involved in commuting accidents, particularly early in the morning after a cold night. Changes in weather conditions can alter the road surface, which can increase the risk of skidding, thus increasing the distance needed to stop a vehicle. Number 4. Speeding. Most of fatal accidents occur due to overspeeding. Increase in speed multiplies the risk of accident and severity of injury during accident. Number 5. Fatigue. Road drivers should not drive while they are tired, drowsy, or sleepy. This is one of the top causes of road accidents since drowsy drivers are unable to adequately perceive, react, and respond to situations on road. Number 6. Work schedules. The trip to work is usually done on a tight schedule. Time pressure can lead to risk situations on the roads, careless behavior, and speeding. Number 7. Alcohols and drugs. Driving under the influence of alcohols is dangerous. Drunk driving can cause accidents that lead to paralysis, brain damage, and even death. Control measures to reduce the risk of road traffic accidents. In order to minimize the risk of road traffic accident, some control measures should be taken. The control measures can be divided into 3 categories, which are the journey, the vehicle, and the driver. Number 1. Allowing sufficient time. Companies can improve safety on commuting journeys by allowing flexibility in the working schedule. This can allow employees to avoid traveling during rush hours. Number 2. Plan route and scheduling. In order to avoid haste on the road, roads and schedules for road travel should be planned so that it is possible to take breaks during long commuting trips and to obey the speed limits. Different weather and rush hour conditions must be taken into account when planning schedules. Number 3. Rest well. Drivers can prevent fatigue by setting out on a journey when they are well rested, especially for shift and night workers. The trip from workplace to home might be dangerous because of tiredness. Number 1. Pre-use inspection and regular maintenance. Employees should be taught to check the condition of their vehicles before driving. If the vehicle is damaged or fails to check, the driver should conduct repairs done before setting out. Number 2. Safety critical information. Employees should ensure that their vehicles are maintained, and tests for motor vehicle safety should be performed annually. Since tires are important for safety, especially when braking, they must meet safety requirements. They should be checked before driving and replaced by new tires when they show sign of wear. Tire pressure needs to be checked regularly as well. Number 3. Good visibility. The driver should ensure that there is good visibility from inside the vehicle by cleaning the windows or removing snow before starting to drive. Number 1. Testing of driver. Companies can ensure that workers have the requirement to ensure safe commuting travel by providing training. Training requirements will depend on individuals' experience and the training they have previously received. Number 2. Compliance with road regulations. Road users should comply to all road regulations such as speed limits. It is important that all road users know and obey to traffic regulations. Number 3. Information, instruction, and supervision. It is important to assess the information provided by newly appointed drivers, particularly in relation to their training and experience. They should also be monitored on site to establish both their actual level of competence and any further training needs. Number 4. Selection of drivers. A person's fitness to drive or operate a vehicle should be judged on an individual basis, but the aim is to match the requirements of the task with the fitness and ability of the driver.
These are some examples of environmental effects of transportation. Firstly, exposure to hazardous materials. Drivers of commercial vehicles may be exposed to smoke, fumes, and vapors. While at terminals, idling, queuing, or loading and unloading, they may be exposed to exhaust fumes. When loading and unloading containers, preparing the vehicle for duty, and using chemicals for onboard toilets on buses or cleaning trash disposal trucks, as well as chemicals used in refuse disposal and volatile organic compounds. Workers may be exposed to other dangerous chemicals. Drivers may also be exposed to carcinogenic substances from diesel exhaust, particulate matter, and carcinogenic chemicals installed on their cars, such as during the tank loading or refueling operation. Other sources of particle exposure could be ambient dust, dust from cargo and commodities, and waste. Unexpected occurrences while transporting goods and fumigated containers can result in very toxic exposures, as well as fire and explosion. Next is air pollution. Automobiles are equally harmful to the environment. Automobile exhaust emissions include harmful substances and contaminate the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, CO2, a greenhouse gas, is the most hazardous gas emitted by cars and planes. All of the pollutants discharged into the air, particularly greenhouse gases, contributes to global warming. Next, noise pollution. Cars, trucks, trains, and especially planes can make a lot of noises. which can be annoying to people and animals. This will not necessarily have an impact on nature, but it may make the environment in which humans live quite unpleasant. People's health and the health of a community are both influenced by transportation. Investments in sidewalks, bike lanes, trails, public transportation, and other infrastructure that encourages physical exercise can enhance people's health while also lowering healthcare expenditures. An example of health effect is fatigue. Long-haul commercial drivers, in particular, confront significant obstacles in terms of getting enough sleep and recuperation. Coach drivers encounter extra difficulties such as a lack of sleeper berths, a lack of privacy for resting, and the necessity to drive frequently while others are asleep. Limited sleep during primary sleep times, lengthy work hours including long commutes for many drivers, and fluctuating, rotating or split sleep work schedules are all factors that contribute to drive fatigue. There are also other various health effects. Aside from sitting in moving cars all day, taxi drivers, truck drivers, bus drivers, and delivery drivers all have something in common. They work in a hazardous environment and are susceptible to a wide range of accidents and illnesses. Drivers' health suffers as a result of driving for long periods of time, loading and unloading freight, and making numerous deliveries. When compared to those in other professions, studies have indicated that drivers had a higher risk of heart attacks, musculoskeletal illnesses, hypertension, ulcers, and malignancies of the lung, prostate, and bladder. It is possible that truck and bus drivers will be obliged to work at night. Higher blood pressure, heart disease, gastrointestinal disorders, metabolic abnormalities, possibly leading to diabetes, increased stress hormones, impaired immune response, increased sick days, increased calorie consumption, and weight gain are all physiological impacts of sleeping deprivation. Because road transportation is a major polluter of the environment, actions should be done to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and establish a more sustainable environment. This corresponds to green transportation, which refers to environmentally friendly transportation strategies that do not harm the environment, also risk of health towards people. The first one is walking. It is a free way to lose weight and lower blood pressure. It can possibly be quicker than you expect. According to studies, most people underestimate the time it takes to travel by automobile and overestimate the time it takes to walk. The average walking speed is 6 kilometers per hour, and you won't have to look for a parking spot when you arrive if you walk. The second point is cycling. Switching from your automobile to your bike for a 10-kilometer trip once a week will burn roughly 300 calories each way and save over 300 kilos of greenhouse gas emissions each year. Conversely, each additional kilometers cycling per day can lower the risk of obesity. The third point is public transport. Increased public transportation availability can assist reduce traffic congestion and car kilometers traveled. This reduction aids in the reduction of air pollution, which is known to cause health issues. Locating facilities such as schools and active transportation roads away from regularly traveled highways may also help to limit exposure to air pollution, which is more prevalent near heavily traveled roads. As a conclusion, over the previous few centuries, our modes of transportation have evolved dramatically. transportation has improved in terms of speed, convenience, and cost. However, every year, incidents involving automobiles used in the workplace occur, with some person being murdered as a result. Vehicles such as large goods vehicles, lift trucks and tractors, machinery and trailers knock people down, run them over, or crush them against fixed spots. Technological advancements have not always been beneficial to the environment. There is a lot of environmental pollution that affects the environment. This also causes human health to be adversely affected. Therefore, we must have the initiative to overcome all these things from continuing to happen. In this way, human life will be safer and more peaceful in the country. This presentation has come to an end. Thank you for watching.